let's talk about solo 401k Roth conversions. Now, first you might be wondering, what is a Roth conversion? A Roth conversion is when you change the classification of some or all of your retirement funds to Roth. This is also known as an in-plan Roth rollover. Before we dig into it any deeper, let's talk some quick facts about Roth funds. Roth funds are after tax. That means that while the funds are in your retirement plan, they're growing tax-free. It also means that if you're able to take a qualified distribution, that is to take the funds out of the Roth account, that if the distribution is qualified, that distribution can be tax-free as well. So how do you know if you can have a qualified or tax-free distribution? You have to meet two criteria. The funds have to have been in the 401k, in the Roth structure for at least 5 years or more, and you have to be age 59 and a half. If you meet those two criteria, then those distributions from your Roth account can be tax-free. Otherwise, the distribution is taxable. Before we get into the mechanics of the Roth conversion, let's first define one of our terms, which is cost basis. The cost basis is the original value of an asset for tax purposes. Now, when it comes to these Roth conversions, that cost basis is the entire amount that you're converting. And sometimes this can be lower than your original purchase price. Let's take a look at an example. Neil got into his Tesla position in April of 2022 when Tesla was $381 a share. He bought 100 shares, so he bought in at $38,100. That would be his original cost basis. At the making of this video, Tesla's about $180 a share. So for those 100 shares, that means that that investment is only worth $18,000. That means today's cost basis is $18,000. If Neil decided to convert his entire Tesla position, he would only pay taxes on the $18,000 that the investment is worth at the time of conversion, not that full original $38,100. It's totally possible to convert assets in kind. That means that you can convert these assets without selling them first. And any asset in your solo 401k can be converted to Roth. This particularly perks up the ears of some of our crypto investors. Let's take a look at Sarah. She bought 3 Bitcoin in 2021 at $69,000 per Bitcoin. She bought this in her pre-tax account, so she put in $207,000 to this investment. At the making of this video, Bitcoin is worth about $16,000 each, which is a total of $48,000. What Sarah can do is she can move those Bitcoin from her pre-tax account to her Roth account, where it now grows tax-free, and she only has to pay taxes on the $48,000. That's her new cost basis, because that's the amount she's converting. And she's able to do this conversion without selling her Bitcoin. Let's talk about converting pre-tax funds to Roth. This is a taxable conversion because you're going from something that's tax deductible to tax-free. The good news is you can convert at any time and in any amount. There's no limitation on how many conversions you can do in your 401k plan, and there's no limitations on how much you can convert in your solo 401k. As far as the mechanics, converting pre-tax funds to Roth is actually pretty simple. Remember in a previous video, we talked about how we recommend you maintain a different bank or brokerage account for each tax classification. So if you've made pre-tax contributions, those go in your pre-tax bank account. If you're making Roth contributions, those go in your Roth bank account. And if you're making voluntary after-tax contributions, those go in your after-tax bank account. I was talking to Alex the other day, and he was about to complete his Roth conversion from his pre-tax funds to his Roth account. And all he needed to do was send a wire or an ACH from his pre-tax account right into his Roth bank account in order to complete the conversion. The mechanics are similar if you're converting after-tax funds to Roth. Remember that these after-tax contributions are kind of like the 401k version of a non-deductible IRA contribution. Moving funds from your after-tax bucket to Roth is usually not taxable, but it depends. If you're converting your voluntary after-tax contributions before they grow, the conversion is not taxable. But if there's been any growth on those after-tax funds, then that amount of growth is taxable. Put those funds in your after-tax bank account and let them sit in the bank account for a couple of days. There's no growth on those funds while they're in the bank account. They're pretty much just sitting there. And then, after a couple of days, you just do a wire or an ACH and move those funds from the voluntary after-tax bank account into your Roth bank account. And that's pretty much all you need to do from a mechanic standpoint of getting that conversion completed. Let's talk about conversion deadlines and maximums. As I mentioned previously, you can do an unlimited number of Roth conversions per year, and you can complete that conversion at any time and in any amount. Multiple conversions in various amounts are totally okay, and there's no ceiling on the amount of funds you can convert to Roth. But while the conversions can be done anytime during the year, you must make the conversion complete by December 31st if you want that conversion to count for that tax year. Next, let's talk about paperwork and filings documenting this Roth conversion. The first thing you'll complete is an in-plan Roth conversion form, and the second thing you'll complete is a 1099-R filing with the IRS. You can find the in-plan Roth conversion form in your Solo 401k dashboard under Forms. Once you complete the form, share a copy with your CPA since it might be needed for tax purposes. To inform the IRS of your Roth conversion, you'll complete IRS Form 1099-R by January 31st, the year following the conversion. And make sure you check out our knowledge base at support.solo401k.com. We've got lots of articles to walk you through exactly how to complete this filing. Now you're ready to make those Roth conversions in your Solo 401k plan. Let us know if you have any questions, and congratulations again on setting up your Solo 401k.